Good morning, explorers.
Good morning.
We're in Ballymoney, Northern Ireland today, or more specifically, the Dark Hedges.
Now you may know these hedges from a certain favorite TV show that most of us watched a couple years ago, Game of Thrones. One thing to note, they do have parking here. You can't just park on the road anymore. So they have a whole parking lot here, and it costs £5 to park here. The parking lot is a little torn up, so just be careful when you drive.
So we want to go over to the area that was filmed, and we're going to check it out, so come along with us.
This way takes you to the hedges. And can you find the Grey Lady? There's also a coffee shop here, so that's cool. And then if you go that way, there's the Hedges Hotel, which one day we might actually stay there.
That's almost ominous. I feel like you're in Game of Thrones. There's a favorite local ghost story where it's a specter that glides along the Breathtaking Road. It's kind of interesting. There are some local people that believe she is the ghost of a maid from a nearby house who died in mysterious circumstances centuries ago. On Halloween night, the forgotten graves are said to open, and the Grey Lady is joined on her walk of tormented souls to those who were buried beside her.
Yeah.
So according to the sign, it says that this estate has been here since the 17th century. This house has been here since 1775. The land was granted to a cousin who had drowned on his way over. After that, the Stewart family had taken over and they planted the trees, and right now it is being used as a golf course and country club. But there's still 2 centuries worth of an old Éirinn tunnel from the trees that were originally planted.
When you are trying to get to the Dark Hedges, Google coach and car parking. This is why. You're not allowed to drive on the road anymore. And they've also put so if you do drive on that road, you could get a fine. So park in the parking lot. It's £5.
There's a lot of people that'll end up here.
Yes.
And this place has been kind of commercialized and become more touristy since Game of Thrones.
Yeah, so now everybody knows about it and everybody's seen those beautiful photos online.
Just get out here before the tourists.
Yes.
Of course, this would have been covered with some kind of mulch or leaves, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The scene that we're referring to in Game of Thrones is when Arya Stark is fleeing to the Night's Watch because she has all of King's Landing hunting her and looking for her because the Starks have now been outlawed.
Yeah, and she's dressed up as a boy.
Right.
And she's with all the other boys and they're headed to the Night's Watch.
And she has Needle.
Yep.
So you may want to get creative with some of the epic photos.
One of the things that we want to do if we ever come back to this area is stay at the Hedges Hotel. Sounds so awesome. And then also if you stay during Halloween, you could come out here on Halloween and try
possibly see the Grey Lady.
The Grey Lady.
Okay, I think we're gonna check out the pantry.
The little cafe does have a restroom, but you have to be a customer to use it. So come in here, get a bottle of water, use the restroom. They have magnets and they have t-shirts and little bags and everything else too. So looks like it's either coins or a card. And I think we only have $2 here. So looks like you're gonna have to use a card. Unfortunately, no cash, just coins. Very simple, and now it's letting us go. Our next stop is Kinbane Castle. This is a free stop. They do have a small parking lot. I would get here early or when there might not be too many crowds because, you know, this parking lot will fill up fast. They do have a bathroom too, so they have you there. Kinbane actually means white head. The castle is made from white limestone and that's where it gets its name. There's a small path that takes you around the cliff. You'll be able to see little remnants of where the castle is. Not most of it is standing, but there are still a few pieces.
Regardless of the state of the castle, these views are amazing. Just look at this. So these paths are narrow, a little treacherous, but definitely worth it.
It can be kind of a strenuous hike. We hiked all the way down this and then all the way down here.
It's like something out of Middle Earth. I expected to see a bunch of Lord of the Rings characters come over the mountains.
When you first come up here, you'll get this information plaque. It tells you all about the different areas of the castle that was here at one point, and it actually tells you that the tower is the remaining surviving part of the castle, which would be this over here behind me. You can see.
I think I'm actually gonna go make a trip up that hill real quick and I'll show you the shot. And this is the end. It's the highest point. Be cautious when you do come out here though. It says it is private and there's a lot of wind shear and gusts that may make you unstable if you're not confident in yourself. But just look at this. Isn't that awesome? It's definitely worth it if you can make it out here. That's pretty cool. If you're out there, they kind of buzz you. If you come just over this ridge, you'll find another set of ruins right on the edge of the cliff. Almost looks like a servant's house or something. Pretty much still intact. All right, and with that, what goes down must come up. Now I got to make the trek back up to the side of the cliff to the parking lot. So I'll catch you at the top. Our next stop is the Carrick-a-Rede, which is a way you can actually challenge yourself to cross a rope bridge that was erected in 1755. It was for fishermen, and it's a rope bridge that goes back and forth, so it may not be for the faint of heart, but it's a good way to get out there and challenge yourself.
It's reasonably priced too. Check it out. Yeah.
All right, let's go get our rope on.
The guy was nice. He gave us family tickets. It's good to note that this is card only, so cash won't work here.
They also have a group membership, or an annual membership for people who live here. If you're going to be coming more than once, so that's good to know if you are.
You can go see all the National Trust stuff throughout Ireland and England, I saw. So he told us it was a 15-minute walk from the ticket booth. That's not too bad. And it's not paved, but it's flat.
Right.
So that's great after doing Kinbane.
So stop along the way and just collect these views. I feel like they use some of these on Game of Thrones, but there is an actual Game of Thrones viewing point here. It looks like the quarry that's at the second parking lot. I do believe we're gonna go check that out afterwards. Alright, we're coming up to the last stretch just before the bridge. It's all stone stairways. Just behind me is the entrance to the bridge. Wish us luck. Wow, this is insane. Look at this. I'm gonna try to get this. Those stairs alone are just treacherous to get to the bridge. And here comes the family. You're doing awesome, Nick. Really bouncy. Not too bad.
So this is a little crazy. I'm trying not to look down. Of course, I can't hold on to anything either because I have all this camera stuff. But oh my goodness, check out those views. Woohoo!
Everybody cheer on Nikolai. He just conquered one of his fears, which is vertigo.
Yeah.
Yeah. This right here is a fisherman's cottage. As you can see, they had a few pulleys and cranks there to pull up their hull. As the sign says, try to imagine walking around here with a bunch of heavy baskets full of fish.
So it looks like once you get past the rope bridge, you can climb up some more of the mountain here, and you get this beautiful kind of cliff area. You can just come and sit out here and check out the water.
And I'm at the furthest most point that they allow you to come. There's a whole nother reef over there too with all the birds on it. This is incredible. I feel like you're at the end of the world here. It's hard to leave, but we still got a couple more stops that we're going to try to make today. So we'll catch you back at the car.
You can get a bridge crossing certificate. Pretty awesome as a souvenir. I think Nikolai would need one of these.
And once you're done, you can reward yourself with some ice cream, coffee, or a snack. Looks like they even have hot food there. You should check it out. We don't have any time, so we're going to get going. And this was the set that they used. It is incredible. Looks like they just hauled in a little village, set it up in what used to be a parking lot. Pretty cool though. But yeah, you can see it. It's almost like they're just tucked away from any enemy. All right, I think that's gonna wrap up our visit here. So we are going to head to our next stop. Our next stop is the Giant's Causeway. It is an area of about 40,000 interlocking basalt columns that are the result of fission pressure from volcanic activity.
Science.
Science. It is actually about 3 miles northeast of Bushmill. They have a visitor center. Unfortunately, we returned away because they do close at 4 o'clock, which we were surprised in the summertime. If you do come down to another parking area, which is a small train railway system, they have a little tram that will take you near the causeway, but not to the causeway. It doesn't actually bring you there.
Yeah, and it's only $10 parking here, and then you get to see the Giant's Causeway for free.
Right.
Whereas if you go up to the visitor center, it's $15.50 a person, so you're looking at 60 pounds for a family of 4.
Okay, well, let's go take a hike up there and check out this cool natural phenomenon.
Yes. From there, you just hike up this road. We're hoping no one comes flying down because there are no sidewalks. It's not too bad of a hike though. One thing to note, there are bathrooms here.
Yes, and it looks like you can get some access up there too.
Yeah, and we would love to stay in this old hotel one day. We'll come back and stay here.
All right, time for the 10-minute trek.
Yes, I see people walking.
Yep.
Hopefully no stairs this time.
Yeah.
It looks like we found some more stairs to climb, but only a couple, just to climb down. And that's where we're going, that way right there. So this is a World Heritage Site, it says. It's Ireland's largest conservation charity. It's free, but the visitor center costs money. If you can't climb the mountain, you can totally take a bus and it will take you down to the causeway.
And this is the Giant's Causeway. Isn't that impressive?
It's beautiful.
Yeah. This is probably one of the cooler geographic phenomenons you'll ever see.
Yeah, definitely. It's beautiful.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna go take some pictures out there. This is the furthest point out on the causeway. I mean, I can go a little bit further, but the rocks are wet and it looks like the tide's coming in. So I don't want to risk falling and slipping. Here's the highest point that you can actually climb without risking too much. Whole nother area back here.
Wow, this is incredible. Whew, that was a hike.
Yes, and unfortunately we're out of time. We had actually hoped to hit Dunluce Castle, but we ran out of time.
But it looks amazing. If you're in this area, definitely check that one out too. We're gonna put a list of all the different things. We'll put it on the screen here. And then we'll put it in the description so you can plan your own trip.
Right, and the wonderful thing about driving along the Northern Ireland coast is that every 5 minutes there's another monument. So all you have to do is you know, keep your eyes open and stop as long as there's an area to stop.
What's really great about this area is that they have all types of little hotels, little bed and breakfasts. You could do a whole week here just staying at one of these little hotels and just checking out all these little towns and doing all these different events or activities here. And it would be an amazing. We did this all in one day. You guys can make it, you know, do a week at least.
Yeah, so I think this is where we're going to leave you. As always, thank you for coming along with us. Keep exploring.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Good morning, explorers.
Good morning.
Do we want to say we're doing the tour? Well, let me see where we are.
Kinbane. Here.
No, Kinbane.
Kinbane. All right.
Oh shit! I didn't see what the name of the episode was. All right.
Here, I can go.
Send help. Oh crap! Are we on the wrong side? Are they gonna come up behind us? Dunluce. The L-U-C-E castle.
Loose.
Dunluce.
Dunluce.